Those alarm bells are ringing for those wide receivers in the Big Apple, B-Mac. There was a lot made when this picture surfaced earlier in the week of Odell Beckham Jr., Victor Cruz, and Sterling Shepard, giant wide receivers, down in Miami on their off day before getting ready to prepare for their wild card matchup with the Green Bay Packers. They partied on a boat, partied with Biebs. Odell and co. didn't have their best game.
Yes,
Odell
sir.
caught just 4 passes for 28 yards, had 3 big drops, 1 in the end zone. Sterling Shepard also had a drop in the end zone, though his overall numbers were a little bit better than Odell's. Victor Cruz was pretty much a non-factor. Is it an overreaction or not to say that the Giants' wide receivers' trip down to Miami is the reason they had a poor performance?
Yes, it is an overreaction.
Okay.
One thing, the trip to Miami, especially making it known to the public, what it did was put more of an emphasis on the entire group of wide receivers that were on that trip to be flawless.
Mm-hmm.
And when you're not flawless, you give everybody, all the analysts, all the critics, something to put that bad game on.
Yep.
And that's what's starting to happen right now, immediately. You look at social media, you're seeing so many memes talking about the Giants and the boat trip. But that trip was not the reason. It happens in professional football. It happens in sports in general. Early in the year, the New York Giants played the Minnesota Vikings. Odell did not have an Odell Beckham type game.
Right.
He had roughly around 5 or 6 catches, 20-something yards also.
Mm-hmm.
No one said anything about why did he struggle, because guess what? The week before, he was not seen on a boat. So it wasn't like Odell had a bad game because he was on a boat or he was in a club. He was doing his day-to-day routine. He just had a bad game. It happens. Some days you go to work, you may have a bad day at work. But if you're not doing what you're supposed to be doing, you're doing something that's not normal, that's why you had a bad day at work.
Yeah.
You didn't get enough sleep. You didn't get enough rest. You got family issues. And this is the excuse that everybody is using because they were just on a boat.
It's convenient.
Exactly.
It's the week of. Everyone thinks it's a playoff game. You should be doing nothing with your personal life except for having your play or your head in the playbook or in your iPad looking at film. I think it's an overreaction as well, but like what you alluded to, these guys gave all those sharks circling in the water all the blood they needed to sniff, because if it was a bad game and it turned out to be a bad game, now those sharks, they're chomping at the bit.
I said this last week. I wish we can get the tape back and replay it now. I said, I don't have an issue. It's something I would not have done.
Right.
But when you do this, you better be flawless and you better win. And we know how difficult it is to win in any sport, especially football, playoff football against Green Bay.
Yep.
So you put that, it's already tough, Tyler, to go against some of these the best secondary players in the league and in this type of atmosphere. It's already very, very difficult. And now you put that pressure on yourself.
And they could not live up to that pressure they put on themselves. Odell Beckham Jr., Victor Cruz, and Sterling Shepard did not have their best game, and now everyone is linking the Miami trip to the reason why they struggled dropping passes from Eli Manning. If you want a full recap of that Packer-Giant matchup, please search those two teams, the NFL, on your favorite 120 platform and find that recap on the main.